didn't realize my audio was unmuted. Oops. Hey, Minnie. Vampire. Understandable, Minnie. I should be sleeping too. Just because I want to. Not because I should be. Actually, I just woke up. I'm good. I'm freezing to death, though. Trip was okay. Oh my god, putting this thing in reverse is the worst. Rod tip? Excuse me? Are you okay? Sir? That is one excited pole. Truly a helicopter. Oh, I did it with a bell on it? That's funny. I can't stream very long, but figured I would for a little bit. I gotta get Alice for Easter. Happy Easter? Yeah. I'm not really an Easter guy. Don't really care much about Easter. Thank you, RKT. How you been? Thanks, man. I do enjoy my time with my kid. She makes me feel pretty lucky every day. Hope you're well. Sick as fuck. Been a little sick the last couple days, but not as fuck, so I can't complain too bad. It's getting warm here. Oh, Jesus, RKT. Scary. Oh, those other ones require a bigger hook? They do. Oh, fuck. I forgot I was going to shop for something. I don't even know how long I have on my boat ticket anyway. How are we going so slow? Think that's a step towards getting better? I had always heard like different colors of that shit mattered, but after some Googling, those are wives' tales from what I can hear or can find. Good morning, Goldiskis. I understand Dr. Avoidance. I too participate. Look at that bait go. Speaking of, I have a dentist appointment on the 13th that I had to come up with some cash for. I gotta sell something. Anyone want some semen? Don't want to pull your wisdom teeth? Let them. Could be the Darkest Dungeon 2 experience I'm looking for. Does it completely change the game and make it not Darkest Dungeon 2 at all? Because that's the Darkest Dungeon 2 experience I'm looking for. Did that game launch? I thought it was close to releasing. Oh, there's a fish on there. Oh, I thought you said Darkest Dungeon. Oh. I see what you meant, though. This fish decided to get big at the boat. Just doesn't want to land. Good start. Hey, they're just saltwater burbot. Lead. Thank you for the 34 months. Ooh. You've reached the bottom. You're fishy fishy. It works every time. Just gotta call them in with your fish call. It's a big fish, only 6 meters down. What a looker. Well, you know what I should do? Happy Easter. I gotta go acquire something for my daughter for today. Ugh. Yeah, she's got no excuse. Am I good? I'm trying. You? Everything for the 94 months. How you doing, bud? Where'd my fish go? You're fishy, fishy, fishy. Why won't you perk? There you go. Perk, baby. Oh, you can throw them out hardcore? I just assumed that you couldn't because nobody had caught anything with them. That's weird. That's even weirder. I know people are catching on bottom rods. I've caught on regular spinning rods. There's a boy. My one nostril is stuffed and I hate it. A halibut? It's not that big. Yeah, if it's a halibut, it's itty bitty. I did catch like a 16 kilo one last night. It was annoying. Like an old catfish, it just fucking sat there and did nothing. I feel like I need to balance the audio in the game better. The only thing you guys can hear is this sound. 35 kilo tuna, nice. Pole cutting for the 66 months. I've not caught a tuna yet. I switched to jigging now that I unlocked it, and it feels pretty reliable. This is some random new bait I bought. But I actually have points in this technique, so I was hoping I might get lucky and catch some trophies since I only have one out here. Simtoric, thank you for the 57 months. Alright, buddy. Give up. Be a quitter. That is the opposite of quitting. That is definitely the opposite. This motherfucker. He's 5 meters below me. Like, come on, just quit. He's 0 meters. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Is that a wolffish? My biggest wolffish for sure. It is. A spotted one. Fuck this bendy bullshit. Good call. That'll work for you, I'm sure. It won't. How's sea fishing been going? It's interesting. I enjoy it. The bite rate's decent. It's a little more active than most other boat fishing. I unlocked a new skill. Oh, look at that region record. It's just the bendy part is helpful. That's all. It's intentional. There's a reason it's there. Better bent than broken? No, it has to do with keeping the fish from unhooking itself. More than anything. Or tearing its own face off. It's relief on the hook when the fish pulls. You'd have to have some pretty serious fucking hooks to run a steel rod. It also makes it fun. And that's why we torture fish. For fun and food. Mostly fun. Where'd my fish go? It's not supposed to take this long. Oh my god, look at all the fish up high. We went out for like an hour last night and absolutely hammered them. It was fucking unreal, and they were all giants. It was a good time. Yeah, it was the biggest school of bass I ever got into, especially considering they were all big. Like the smallest one was like 3.2 or something like that. Former Australian Prime Minister invaded seals into her front yard. You didn't tell me about that. I live next to a state representative and make my dog shit in his yard, so I feel you though. A nice fishing trip, nice. I want to see what an Australian police officer dresses like. A regular ass cop, just with that weird British stripey thing on their hat. Pretty boring. Could be like a Crocodile Dundee look or something, you know? That could be fun. Why can't Australia be the meme the rest of the world wants it to be? It's kind of rude of them. I don't believe in an Outback cop. You're a liar. Yeah, your Outback cops just look like our state police. They wear a fucking hat with a brim and, but they still look the same. Disappointed. Yeah, some fucking chaps or something. A big knife on its on their side. Crocodile teeth, just part of the required. Is kangaroo leather soft? Soft as fuck? I figured it'd be kind of soft. We talked about kangaroos last night. They're fucking stupid. They like straight up look like a child's drawing, a child's idea of how something could possibly work. Broken reel. Youch. I just watched like a 30-minute video of a kangaroo just living, just doing kangaroo things, and they just move stupid. Oh, I'm drifting that way so fast, huh? That's annoying. Drifting at my line. Damn current, or wind, I mean. Wind is air current. Current and tide, yeah. In this scenario, though, it's just the wind is pushing the boat. Because it's fucking 10 meter per second wind. That sounds fast. I feel like when it's this wavy, you shouldn't even have to do anything with your rod. That you should just get the prompt automatically. But the guy's got like shocks and he moves with the boat. Perk, you fool. You just hold still. Yeah, probably if you cast the right direction. It's catching decent quality fish. It's not super fast, but I don't think I've caught anything small. Makes sense. I think this lure is fucking 25 centimeters, which sounds long. That's why y'all measure your dicks in centimeters. It's fine. I know the truth. A perch would still bite? I'll go throw it in a perch. It probably will. I want to get the fillet rigs and throw big old honks of meat out there. Catch sharks. Get bit off by sharks. I turned all my heat off last night because it was fucking like 60 all day. But now it is freezing in here. Hell yeah, Cusk. So the wind is blowing this way. Problem is the wind doesn't last fucking long enough. By the time my bait gets to the bottom, it'll have switched directions. Yeah, get bit right off, clean off. Only one garbage fish in there, huh? It's got infinite gas. You have to rent it. They rent you a certain amount of time in gas. That and wolfish, yeah. I wish I could buy a boat. Be responsible for fuel and oil changes. Now we getting into realism. Motor maintenance. Storage fees. This boat IRL? I haven't really paid that much attention to this boat. Oh yeah, it'd be fun. A little bay boat. I don't know. I need to do some more saltwater fishing. I don't know if I could actually stand out here like this in waves like this. It might fuck me up. I'd certainly have to be catching some cool fish. This also doesn't really feel like a fishing boat to me. It's got like a swim deck on the back. There's not like any deck space. That would be sweet, RKT. I hope to do another fishing trip someday. I get this stupid fucking house sold. But of course, there's problems that I gotta pay for that I don't have money for before I can list it. So, you know, life. Hey, hardcore. No, not the hole in the wall. No, like the hole in the driveway now because they fucking dug up my septic. And the lid is busted. So I gotta replace the lid on my septic. Which isn't crazy money or anything, but I ain't got it. Alright, the fish are gone. I'm upset. Yeah, I definitely hope to get to do something outside of the US for fishing. That would be fun too. Come on, you stupid fucking fish. Eat it, you coward. Thank you, Daxum. I appreciate the 26 months and you letting me know that you've been subscribed for 26 months. Come on, baby. I've never waited this long. Not even once. Here, fishy, fishy. Warning, it's gonna get noisy. That's everything for the 6 months. Keep losing it. Alright, all kinds of fish down there. No excuses now, bait. Get in their mouth. Get in your mouth. Stupid fucking Easter, dude. I hate this holiday. I have no interest in it. Alice doesn't believe in the bunny anymore, which I believe is like a sign that she doesn't believe in any of it anymore. If you can't believe in bunny magic, she doesn't believe in God. Well, she doesn't really. I mean, believing in fucking some of them makes sense because they bring cool gifts. My mother take it? I don't think my mother knows. Alright, I give up on you. You caught me some good fish, but that's too slow. It's too early in the morning to go that slow. Seasonal food? Makes sense. I don't have anyone to cook for me, so I don't care about the seasonal food either. I ain't doing it. I feel like our seasonal food isn't quite the same either. Because it's like just an excuse to have a ham or a turkey. And that's what I get for going to smaller bait. I get to catch fish. They're just not any good. Maybe I should just change color with the sun out. What's the target fish? It's brand new, so I don't think many of us have a target. It's kind of just figuring it out still. There's all kinds of cool fish, tunas and sharks and big old halibut. Yeah, the spiny dogfish are really good bucks for their size. Justin, thank you for the 75 months. Tell me I was on a real boat in the middle of the ocean. Nice. That's that Russian Fishing 4 quality that you just didn't get in Russian Fishing 3. Really stepped it up. How you doing, bud? Ah, family thing. I've had my family here for, well, my brother's been here for like a week, which means everyone wants to see him, so I gotta show up every day. I'm kind of familyed out, man, just exhausted from it. They're exhausting. I love them dearly, but all of them at once is a lot. Yeah, I hear you. I'm in the same boat. Look at this guy. I also loaned my brother my car while he was here, so I've had to drive my truck. And Jesus fucking Christ, it's expensive. I can't go anywhere today. I'm out of money. I can't afford gas. I kept putting like 15 bucks in it thinking it was my car. And like that'll last me a day or so. But I just drive home and then have to immediately drive back to the gas station as soon as I went anywhere. He still has that bike, but he doesn't do anything with it. I guess technically we have it. He didn't take it to Cali with him. Neither of us really have any interest in riding. We just have a family motorcycle shop. It hasn't been started in years. It would take a long time just to get it fucking going. This problem with your father makes you keep everything you've ever purchased. Yeah, exactly. I know. I bailed on a dinner last night to work on my house a little bit, and it felt nice. So I was like, this is easier. Tiny baby fish. Dude, I gotta clean out my fucking fridge and freezer. I have a chest freezer too, and I don't think there's anything in either my fridge or my freezer that is good anymore. Which is like I don't even want to do it just because it's like disheartening to look in there and see all the fucking food and money I wasted. I tell myself I'm gonna be scheduled and cook and do all these things like normal adults, but then my daughter has a birthday party that I didn't hear about to the last minute. Or I get a call from my fucking mom to go to dinner. Or I'm just lazy. Wolffish sure like this glow in the dark little minnow. Rave fish. Thanks, pharmacist. Nope, I wasn't paying attention. Bad fisherman. Have you played round with bottom fishing at all yet out here, hardcore? Zombie Jesus Day? How are the responsibilities for you mean? Not well, but hopefully get some more done today. Need some cash. Gotta go see a guy about selling him some guns. Is it you? Sure, you want to buy some guns? Certain guns can be shipped, yeah. Well, I guess technically they all can be if it's done the right way. Like some guns have to be shipped from gun dealer to gun dealer. Can't be shipped personally. My guns are boring. It's just true. They're just hunting guns. Ooh. We like that. They're just like all inherited guns. As long as nobody knows I sold them, they won't yell at me. This little glow in the dark minnow, much faster. Just not the quality. Numbers makes me feel better though. Oh, a boring safe. It had been a while. Shit, something ate it while I was falling. I had something eat my fucking bait. Shift reeling on 50 the other day out here too. Which would make sense for saltwater, but I didn't recreate it over and over to test it. Saltwater fish do go fast. What kind of cheesecake? There's only one good cheesecake. Regular ass cheesecake. I guess you could put some caramel on that bitch if you really wanted to, but... Yeah, hardcore. I had a feeling you might see some fish that require it. I mean, I know like trolling for tuna and stuff, they can go crazy fast. I should have made some coffee. I bet my creamer's bad though. Like everything in my life. That's a fish. Get up here. Look at you. Beautiful. Ocean fish are just so wild, man. This is like the only kind of normal looking guy. The rest are all little freaks. Oh. Slamming them now. Wish I had more saltwater rod or reels. I think I only have 2. That really devalues the overlords people have been buying for years at Christmas. That they're not saltwater. Whoa. And then I felt that one in my stomach. Jackson. I think my vape is dead, but I can't stop fishing. It's happy hour. God, that's a big Cory char on a telestick. The wind is picked up like crazy, huh? Still getting them. What reel did you end up buying, Hardcore? One of the big conventionals? Or can you even use those yet? I don't know, the new point system's confusing. I haven't learned all the shit. 2.5 scums, thank you for the raid. Yeah, big conventional. Alright, we're gonna gamble it and change the batteries in my vape. Oh, I'm gonna miss a fish. Yeah. 2 gear ratios. Does it feel worth it? I mean, you haven't put anything giant to it, I heard you say earlier. I'm gonna miss a fish. I'm gonna miss a fish. Everyone will shame me. I didn't miss a fish. Whew. Yeah, even a fucking 16 kilo halibut was a pain in the ass on my Tagara. It just fucking sat there like a log on the bottom. Didn't run or anything. Didn't hurt my gear, just took too long. Global record Oprah. Big Oprah. What the fuck's a poor beagle? Is that a shark? Come on, you damn fish. Oh, and it's... Oh, no, that's a haddock. That's okay. We like those. Oh, I'm throwing into deep water, aren't I? Or deeper water? As if 50 meters isn't fucking deep? I still haven't played in any of the, like, really deep water. What am I trying to catch? Saltwater fish. All of them. It's still new, so we're all still learning it. I don't think anybody's got any, like, good concrete evidence yet. Not the kind of game that really gives you out a guide. That was weird. I didn't see the fish exit the water there. It just, all of a sudden I had caught it. But you know, we got some cusks, some wolffish stuff. Oh, absolutely, Nathan. Yeah. You can learn a ton about fishing from this game. Eric, thank you for the 49 months. It is by far the most realistic fishing simulator. It's European though, so some of it doesn't translate perfectly to American fishing, though a lot of it would still work. You just would have a hard time finding some of the gear they offer in this game because Europeans just do it a little different. Eric, I thanked you already, right? I don't know. Thanks again. Thanks once again. Oh, I plan to pharmacist at some point, but I need to get my skill up, and squirrel isn't a C skill. Gotta unlock all these new C techniques. Last year I competed a bunch. This year I haven't yet. It's not season yet. Don't do tournaments until it's legal to. You can't put a fish in your boat, Like in your live well, if it's out of season, even if your intention is to return it, understandably so. So when we do tournaments, we put 5 fish in our live wells and then take them up and weigh them and then let them go, right? So they can't do tournaments outside of season unless you have officials in the boat weighing the fish and before you release them immediately. Which even that technically, if you read the laws, is like a gray area. They do specifically say that you are allowed enough time. You can have a fish out of season, out of the water long enough to like take a picture or whatever, but you're supposed to get it in the water as quick as you can. How often do I run into wardens? Depends on the lake I'm fishing. Bigger lakes, more popular lakes, regularly. I live in Michigan though, so we have like over 10,000 lakes. They can't police them all regularly. Oh yeah, they basically they try to. So when fish are uh, laying their eggs, especially in freshwater, when fish are laying their eggs, they make a little bed and they usually just sit on it and protect their eggs for a while. So it's incredibly fucking easy to get them to fucking bite. So they usually shut down the season where the fish is laying eggs for the good of the population. There are a few species they don't because they don't give a fuck, but all the game fish they do. Shut them down during their breeding season. When I was a kid, you weren't even allowed to target fish that were out of season, which was really awkward because, like, we would just lie basically and be like, no, I'm not throwing this bass lure for bass. It works really well for pike. It's 100% a thing in Wisconsin. I promise. As there was just a tournament up there not that long ago, and it was out of season tournament. So they had to do what I just talked about, which was have an official in the boat to weigh the fish. What do I think of carp? They're cool to catch. I think they are hated excessively, like a lot of species of fish, for no real reason. Americans hate them. They're not a native species, but they're a naturalized species. They've been here for hundreds of years. They're not going anywhere. They are now a part of the ecosystem. Besides Asian carp. Asian carp are a problem. But they're a problem in the same way that fucking wild boars are, as common carp are. They will become naturalized. It is inevitable. We have found no way to slow them down. They have only gotten worse, not better. I would guess that Wisconsin's laws are almost exactly the same as Michigan because we have very similar weather. So I would guess right now bass season is closed. Pike and walleye are closed. Pike and walleye only closed for like 3 weeks or something, I think. Walleye might be longer. Pike only closed for like 3 weeks. I have not seen a wild boar. We don't have them yet. We will. It's inevitable. Yeah, I agree. The water looks good. It functions well, I guess. So many rednecks I know will be so excited when we finally have boar and they can go on a murder spree. That's pretty much everyone's obsession with wild boar is because they're invasive. You can just shoot them, trap them, spear them, fucking chase them in a helicopter. Nobody gives a fuck. Kill them however you want. It's not an ocean though, it's a sea. I mean, we're surrounded by land right now on like 2/3 of our boat. Yeah, people get real obsessed with those species that have no laws because they can get stupid, do all the things. I mean, fucking night vision, coyote hunting and stuff here is super popular. And they can use whatever rifle they want for some reason and all kinds of dumb things. But deer hunting, we very strict. Monkey, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Heard boar are brutal. Yeah, I've heard they can be. I don't know. They're more brutal to their ecosystems than they are to us. They breed like wildfire and are hella destructive. As someone who's grown up around hunting, I think the biggest influx in the coyote population is the fact that we stopped hunting their food. And no one wants to admit that, so they go hunt coyotes instead. But we stopped hunting rabbits. We stopped hunting squirrels. We stopped hunting raccoons. Trapping minks. I mean, they're like all of the coyotes' primo food sources we no longer fuck with. I mean, I don't think coyotes are a big deal. They're not really a problem. It's just bullshit. Same reason people kill pike. I don't know, the pike eat my fish I care about. People say the same thing about coyotes eating like fawns and stuff like that, which is like incredibly rare. And probably more beneficial for the deer population than anyone wants to admit either. No, we don't have snakehead. Not that I've ever seen. I mean, not just we killed wolves, also climate change. Wolves will not survive. They will not stay here. Michigan has tried and tried and tried to replant wolves in certain areas, and they don't stay. They go north. I don't know. I think it's foolish to point a finger at just one thing. It's you can say well, I guess if you're gonna point a finger at one thing for the changes in animal populations, it's humans and statement. But like deer populations also exploded because food. We fucking plant crops everywhere, and they love it and they thrive off it. They get bigger, they breed more, and they have a much higher survival rate. There's food available to them year round that wasn't. Starvation would have been a bigger factor in deer population. That isn't because of us. Michigan was all woods at one point. It's very hard for a deer to find food in the woods. They hide in the woods and then come out and eat in our fields. Because he kill them all. Like, no, dude, that's just like not entirely true though. Like they said, they've intentionally. There's literally an entire island in Michigan where they had to airdrop wolves because the ice no longer freezes to the island so that the wolves can get there. There's no human footprint there. It's literally just ice doesn't happen there anymore and the wolves can't get there. Like you can say it's just a hunting thing, but that's not true. Look it up. Like legitimately, they airdropped in wolves because the moose got out there and they can't get back. And now they're just breeding like wild and stuck on this tiny fucking island that they can't get home from. And there's no wolves to go chase them off there anymore because there's no ice. That's not hunting. You can still blame human beings if you want, but that's one tiny example. I don't think that's true. I think that's one example of how weather affects the habitat of animals. Like, I've, I've got, this is my home. My family's grown up here. It has continued to get warmer and warmer and warmer in my part of Michigan, and it has continued to push big predators north. Bears, wolves, moose have all moved much further north where it's staying colder. There's a reason moose don't naturally live in fucking Arizona. Yeah, but there's more to surviving as an animal than just food. Fillet rigs. A jig head and a fillet, huh? Interesting. That looks stupid. Let's throw it. Yeah, we had a whole new type of bug that showed up because it was warm enough and wet enough that we'd never had it here before. It showed up to the north. Like, weather definitely affects animals just as much as food sources. But again, I think the point is kind of silly. Like, I do agree human impact on animals is massive. That therefore things like hunting and stuff I feel is a responsibility. Oh, my fish got off. Um, I mean, this is a problem in other places too with other species. Horses down south, they'll fucking eat all of their food and then start starving to death and eating each other and dying all over the place. So we fucking relocate them all the time. Capture them for adoption. I mean, we want to occupy the land we occupy, therefore we have to be involved in population control of animal species. It's not like the biggest fucking I don't know. It's not the biggest gymnastics for me to just be reasonable about it and be like, yep, that's how life works. So be it. It would never go back. It would never go back to the same anyway. Not unless we all leave. You can't just leave nature to nature anymore because we occupy too much of it. How are you fishing it, hardcore? Wild dogs survive just, but they're not the same animal though, man. They're literally not. And like the thing you said about coyotes isn't true either because there's multiple species of coyotes. The coyotes that live in the deserts of Arizona are not the coyotes that live in Michigan. They're a completely different species that have had thousands of years to adjust to that climate. Probably longer. And while I do agree with your statement that like we hunt and have pushed predators out, it's not just hunting though. Predators also intentionally avoid human populations. They're not as aggressive as we pretend like they are. They're very in the fucking secluded animal. They're the only place we're really starting to see like big predator jumps and like predator attacks stuff like that is places like Colorado where people are really encroaching to where there's no safe place left. I don't know. Yeah, I mean deer stretch from fucking I don't even know how far south they go. Well, I've seen them in Florida, so fucking Florida to Canada, you know. Seen white-tailed deer. Everything for 95 months. Do they go all the way down in whitetail? Go all the way down in South America? I thought of Mexico. They turned to mule deer. I know there's a crossover with the mules and whitetail, but we don't get mule deer up here, right? Like, I mean, and I'm sure the same goes with wolves. I'm sure there were a variety of species that I'm unaware of as well. The other funny part is people don't realize how much animal control is done in the name of vegetables. The amount of fucking raccoons and possums and deer that get killed in the name of protecting vegetables is pretty massive, you know? Like I said, there's just no way for human beings to occupy as much of the earth as they want to occupy and not drastically impact animal lives. The idea of just leaving nature alone, it sounds cool, but it's just not reality. If you want to leave nature alone, die. And the other funny part is any animal species that had the ability to do what we do would do it too. They do it in nature. They destroy their own ecosystems. They're not fucking good at it. If deer were good at protecting nature, they wouldn't have bred out of control. Boar wouldn't give a fuck. Boar is a kind of a different one though, because the majority of wild boar in the United States are just feral pigs. Pigs we brought here, maybe even all, but pigs we brought here that were released or escaped and became feral. So that one's kind of weird. They're not really native either, right? That's why there's such an open murder them all. I still think a lot of people don't realize wild boar is a term we use, but it is like I'm pretty maybe even all, but they're literally domestic pigs that got let go. They only take like 6 months to become feral. Boar versus feral hog, yeah, but we just call them all boar. I think there were some natural boars still left in the south, but now the problem and the outbreak of hogs is feral hogs. Well, it's still invasive and then it becomes naturalized being. That's what I was saying with carp, common carp in the United States. At least in Michigan, are naturalized. I can't actually say that for the entirety of the United States, but in Michigan, they're naturalized, which means that we now recognize them as a permanent part of the ecosystem. They're not going anywhere. Um, and they've been here long enough that the balance has happened, whether we like it or not. But it usually has to do with the government saying, yeah, like your whatever you got. We have DNR up here. Some you have game wardens, whatever it is, deciding that this species is no longer controllable. It has become a part of the ecosystem. And a lot of species in my lifetime that we thought were going to be massive problems balanced out pretty okay. You know, I got to go on that charter boat and talk with a guy who like was a huge part of the lionfish in Florida, and like everyone was terrified about how bad the lionfish in Florida were going to be, and they turned out to kind of just exist and not really be a big problem. And hurricanes control their population because they can't handle the temperature swings of the water. Uh, and they're not like as big of a problem as everyone expected them to be. We never know until we fucking give it 100 years to find out, eh? And that might change again in 100 years because I think those have only been a problem for like 30 or something. Don't talk about snakes in Florida. You'll get Lackard going. Sell nitric thing for 26 months. I bet Lackard is already typing you up a thing to tell you you're wrong about Burmese python. My brother picked up a snake at the park yesterday. I had no idea what kind of snake it was. I knew it was a garter snake, but he didn't. But he just picked it up with zero control of its head and then just proceeded to allow it to crawl all over his body, laughing and giggling like it was a fucking toy. Which, I mean, he's fine because of the snake it was, but he didn't know what. It could have been a fucking Masasagua, and he wouldn't have known it. Actually, he would have never picked it up without getting bit, but still. Cold gets cold, shit dies, can't spread north, yeah. And, like, helps mitigate population to a degree. Both the iguana population and them landing on people's heads. Anyway, I didn't mean to be hostile. I just think that the finger gets pointed at hunting so frequently, and I think it's so wrong. Like the only reason wolves were ever killed. Oh, a fish got away while I was tapping R. That's amazing. The only reason like wolves were ever murdered so badly, it was never hunting. That's not hunting. They weren't killed for food. They weren't killed for anything. They were killed to protect livestock. The problem wasn't hunting, it was farming. Because the majority, 99.9% of hunting, maybe that's a slight exaggeration. There are some shitty people, but 90+% of hunting is done truly. This isn't bullshit. Like, I don't even like to hunt that much. This isn't bullshit, but 99% of it is done truly with intent to help regulate populations set by the people we have in charge of our natural resources. It's intentional and beneficial, and that's why we let people do it. Not only let people do it, but they advertise it. Here in Michigan, they literally advertise to go deer hunting. They want you to do it. But you know, people look at like fucking Jimmy John, and he's shooting lions or whatever. Sure. Probably, Nathan. How's the salty air, dude? Salty. And lots of weird fish to look at. Look at this guy. He's got eyeballs. Big ones. Look at this guy. Yeah, that one's weird though, Lacquer, because it's the extremes, right? Like we have the hotter summers and the colder winters, right? It's not just one or the other. Which is why we stopped calling it global warming. I don't know why I don't really like this rig. I'm just not having any luck with it. I was having way better luck with the other one. Maybe I need to just switch my bait. Yeah, you can just pay to come fish here with like rent a thing. I don't think it's cheap though. $1,500 silver for 5 hours. Yeah, that seems a little risky. The big, yeah. I want to try the big ones. I just don't have. I need to figure out the cutting sizes of those things too. I've used some big ones on. Yeah, using the gear does, I mean, that helps, but I still feel like, I don't know. I think my last 5 hours, I only did like $2,200 or something, so. What's the point? Fun is the point for some people. Did they not remove any skills either? Is this all just additional points necessary? I see there are some overlapping skills like jigging for spinning. and this overlap. It doesn't look like it though, or I'd have some spare points. Just a whole new category. I'm guessing Paternoster will share with Paternoster over there like jigging does here. Oh, fillet rigs I already have max for some reason. I guess it's under jigging. Dr. Lol, thank you for the prime sub. So the fish have to wait. That's fair. Oh yeah, they did drop it like on PoE release day or day after, didn't they? Fools. Oh, I thought that was a fish. Perk, you fool. But I've enjoyed it out here. The bite rate is good. It seems like there's fish everywhere, literally. I feel like there has not been a spot where I haven't caught a fish. There have been better spots, but even like random just stop there and throw bait has been pretty quick to get fish to bite pretty consistently. Very localized fish. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you feel like they're very set where they are? I mean, so that's a problem this game has with its realism. Is that's fish. There's specific areas outside of those 10%. I don't believe you. I don't think you. I mean, I don't believe you. And I this is my constant debate with Russian Fishing 4 players that believe that all the information is available. You have 90% of the player base trolling with the same lures and then saying only this spot is active. I think that'll be the same situation out here a lot too, is not only do you have to like consider the depth you're fishing in, you have to consider like this is a fishing thing in real life too. If I go to like around here, we have a lot of different lakes that have hugely varying depths. My lake max depth 32 feet, lake down the road max depth 120 feet, right? So when I'm fishing for the same fish in those two lakes, here I'd be most likely targeting between 12 and 20 feet. And when I get over there, I'd be fishing between 12 and 60 feet. The maximum depth of where you're fishing affects the potential depth of the fish in real life. It's based on what shows up on the fish finder. Oh, now I really disagree. I feel like I cruise around that lake and it's just always fish everywhere. Same with here. There's just fucking fish everywhere. Because it's not even fish, that's places they can spawn, right? There are no active fish in Russian Fishing 4. There are only active fishing locations. Imagine how fucking process intense a game would be if the fish were just really there all the time. I've never played PoE, so I don't know why a new league would excite me. But yeah, big problem with fishing game and trying to make fish rare is fish like certain areas and don't like others. Will never go there. Or incredibly rarely go there. Which is what I've talked about since I first started playing this. This has no seasons. It just has these big daily temp swings. Which I don't feel like even affects fish movement. It's certain species it affects more than others, but it doesn't affect fish movement as much as you have to deal with in real life. Like right now, it's fucking a transition season for us. We're going from winter to spring. It can be fucking crazy tough to figure out where the fish are at, and day to day can be different with the weather. But once summer settles in, fish behave very, very similar all throughout summer. I feel like there was a time when I fished Oldberg a lot that you could tell quite a few species were affected by temperature. The common carp would move out of the shallows when it got certain temps. I remember specifically when we were all fishing, when there was fucking 70 of us all fishing 8 hours a day. I don't know, man. Archie's a tough one for me. I feel like I've never gotten good at it. Uh, but it's always fun. Okay, it's just never great. And really easy to get distracted out there and waste a lot of time. Yeah, it's just really hard, man. Weather changes so fast in this game. Time progresses so quickly in this game. I'm sure it affects all the fish more than we realize, but it just is. It's only fucking like in one cast, the weather can change multiple degrees. Especially like with a slow jig step, throwing a fucking bait 70 meters and slowly jig stepping it back in. I mean, it could be a fucking completely different weather by the time you land your bait. I didn't even get to touch that. It just went tank. Sharked. I've never seen anything like that in this game. That was funny. That's my first one cut off. How long this needs to sink? Yeah, because it's a fucking 1 gram jig head. It'll get there. Don't worry. It'll get there. Is it still moving? I want to put the actual depth line on this and see if it works. I don't know if it even will. Good news is that lure was in red condition anyway, so. No, it's still sinking. I saw it drop. I feel like it sinks faster if you give it a little movement, though. Oh, baby. Ultralight. Get him. That fish said no. I had one like this yesterday, man. Not quite this extreme. And I was like, this is a fucking giant. And then I get it up to the boat finally after fucking 5 minutes of it making runs like that. Then I'd accidentally snagged it through the stomach. So it just had all the power in the world to run from me. Come to Papa. I'm glad my ultralight happens to be saltwater. Good RNG. Ow, that's just, I just, dollars ticking away there when he does that. It's gonna be like a fucking 8-kilo safe and not be worth it at all. Yeah, I usually carry one little small tube jig with me, just especially now that I have live scope. It can be fun to toss out into big schools you see just to see what the school is. I think it can help me with fishing other predators too. To know if it's something they're gonna be down there eating. Come back. I like that my 36 kilogram line got bit off, so I was like, oh, I'll throw a 10-kilo line out there. This will be fine. Has anyone caught a sardine out here yet? I need to figure out sardines. Maybe they're in like super shallow. Where do sardines hang out? I need to throw a wacky worm at him, but I'm afraid of how long it'll take a wacky worm to sink. All right, buddy. You done? Be something cool. You won't be, but be something cool. Like one of those big redfish, but really big one. A small redfish that's big. No, it's just a safe. I called it. 4 kilo. Oh, don't throw this again. That is just expensive. Hello, Doge. I'm on an ultralight rod lead, so no. Oh, you mean for my other rod? Why am I not throwing my other rod? No, I need a shock leader. I only bought one for some reason. I didn't realize there was going to be a problem out here getting bit off when I first bought shit. I guess it makes sense. Sharks have teeth. Oh, can I just craft them? I'm going to catch a sardine first. You got to be out here somewhere wanting a wacky worm. And everything eats a shrimp. I don't have shrimp unlocked yet, I don't think. I don't know what I can actually put on my fillet rigs. This wacky worm is still sinking. Oh yeah. It's gonna get there. It's made it. It's at the bottom. It'll work. Sardines probably aren't at the bottom either, though. God, that thing falls slow. I mean, shrimps are just bugs. So probably reforming. Alright, I tried it. How big is this fucking shock leader? I ain't running that shit. I'm not gonna break my rod. I guess I could blow up my line, huh? $45 kilo. Now you're gonna make me blow up my line. Oh, my bait's gone. So let's go big. Why'd I buy an orange one? I don't know. The grasshopper of the sea. You know, it's not. I was thinking it was a terrible bug to choose, but you know what? They kind of move like a grasshopper. No, I could. Apparently, I can make shock leaders. I just thought I had to buy them. Oh yeah, there they are. They're long. Yeah, look, I got 35 kilo fluoro. Shit. It didn't stop the fish from biting it, so that's something. 100-pound fluorocarbon is what I use for pike. I wish I could get eaten by a whale. Worked out so well for Pinocchio and Geppetto. Is that his name? Yeah, that was his name. I feel like I got it. Have any of us in the fishing guild even caught a poor beagle yet? Do they get small, or are they always big? That's such a small bluefin tuna. Hey there, bud. We take those. We got a bunch of different fish today. I wonder how we did money-wise. What's my next skill? Attraction elements at 40. That sounds cool. And auxiliary hooks at 50. Oh, you're getting the please wait 2 servers must be struggling. Led just said he got it as well. I wouldn't think this would work with a shit as a paddle tail. Jig and a paddle tail. The whole point is it swims and paddles, ain't it? I guess it's... Maybe if it's fallen far enough, it'll pick up some paddle on the way down. I'm actually getting jig step instead of pilk. Pilkening. Or whatever the fuck. Pilker, pilfer. I keep putting an L in it. Perking. Disconnected. Oh no. Not sure I want to hook a fish. I gotta wait though, because it's such a long drive back. I gotta wait till they fire him. Kick me off the boat. How long do I have? Can't be long now. 14 hours? That's like a bit, actually. Shit. I'm also floating into the deep water. I'm gonna go to this really... That's actually way further away than it looks, isn't it? I was gonna go to this really deep hole and drop a big piece of meat in it and see if I can't... No, I'm not. My boat's about to expire. I'll just be sad when I hook into something really big and can't catch it, because I don't have enough time. Oh, they changed the look of piece of fish. Big honk of meat. That looks so dumb to me. Couldn't even like come up with a better way to rig it so it's not just kind of hanging on there, all awkward and sideways and... I don't know, I'm not a saltwater guy, but it's certainly not the way I would have approached it. Without knowing, I would have taken a different route. If I wanted to just throw out a big hunk of meat, I wouldn't use a jig head. Big hunk of meat, not a big fish. That's been my experience with them so far. A lot of small fish. Get up here. God, I have to run to fucking... I forgot I gotta run to the damn store and buy something for Alice for Easter. It's Easter. I waited till the perfect moment. terrible fish. Chocolate bunny, candy egg, stuffed animal. No, she doesn't want any of that shit, I don't think. I think I'm just going to give her like a Roblox gift card and maybe some chocolate, yeah, I guess. She doesn't believe in the Easter bunny. She admitted it, so I don't think I need to do the whole silly basket. She's also got 2 of them already today, so. And I'm poor. Just incredibly poor. 6 more days until payday. Ugh. Getting paid once a month sucks, chat. If it weren't for the occasional tip, I would lose my mind. Most of the rest of the world gets paid. Really? Oh, not here. People get paid weekly here, or bi-weekly at most. Yeah, we got a lot of money to spend. Us American folk. How else are we going to get fat? Deceit's 107 fucking months. Christ on a cracker. Fish cracker. Oh, oh. Couple of months. Just 1 or 2. You bite off its ears first, always. No, you have to bite off the ears because they might just break off unintentionally anyway. It's just efficient. Then you can get weird if you want to bite off its ass. Do you want to nibble its nose? Suckle its toes? But like, it's just inefficient to bite anywhere but the ears first. Chocolate gets everywhere. It makes a mess. It stains. You gotta be careful. What are you, buddy? I like to think it's the weaker setup because of the way the game functions, actually. I think your 2 baits are close enough together that when it's calculating fish spawn chance, it goes, this one has a smaller leader and is therefore a slightly better odds. Needs that one. That's what I like to think. Do chocolate bunnies have toes? I mean, they have feet. What's at the end of a foot? Oh, hello, friend. You're slowly swimming away from me, friend. He doesn't want to be friend. I turned him around. Oh, that was pretty easy for a 15 kilo. Just leftover Christmas chocolate? They melt it down and repurpose it as a bunny? I don't think so. I hate to keep telling you you're wrong, but you are. I never got advent calendars as a kid, which is weird because now my mom constantly gets one for my daughter for Christmas as a kid, and that's got to be like the worst chocolate to ever. It just tastes like cardboard. Huh. A lot of toothy critters out there lately. A whiskey advent calendar. That seems like a nice choice. Polluting the ocean? No, there's dead fish. It's inside the fish's stomach. It's fine. That was an expensive jig head. I'm upset. A cheese advent calendar. Ooh. Do you have to keep that refrigerated? I could get behind some cheeses. I don't really need to like fall in love with any extra foods though. It's expensive enough to eat. I already let enough go to waste. I don't need 7 cheeses in my fridge, just one. Those sharks just fucking instantly snapped your line. They're also taking over my territory. It used to be safe here. What happened? Uh-oh, I'm in deep water. Are you high enough level for here yet, Lacker? Or few off? I know you fucking flew up the levels at one point. No, did you? I think if you have the ability to cut fish, it's a pretty cool place. Because it's like, I just picked a random lure and threw fish pieces or whatever, the safe fillet strips on it, and have been catching pretty nonstop until I started switching things around. Morning, Noel. It's only a nightmare in town, Jasky. As soon as you leave town, it's fine. Get in a boat and drive away. I also feel like you just said it was PoE time. And now I'm feeling lied to. Why aren't you fucking jigging? No, no bosses in a fishing simulator. I'm sorry. Ooh, two people in two different chats both saying PoE ain't got the juice. Lines on the map mean I'm not actually sure why they have lines over some of the spots. I don't think he means the contour lines. Jasky's not stupid. What the fuck's a shoal? The lines are sandbars. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like it's a more consistent depth from what I've noticed. Like if you are to go from here to here, it'll be like a slope down into the deep water and slope back up into the shallower water. And these seem to be very flat. I don't know if that's true, but that's how it feels. I've got to be almost out of time, aren't I? I keep saying that, and then I check, and I'm not. Park your boat over drumline. You can cast out. I've had decent luck with casting out as well. I would highly recommend the line counting line. The rainbow line lets you see this on my screen here, that little spinny wheel that's next to my shield. I don't know if you rented or how you got out here, but oh, you're a rental, okay. Yeah. So the problem with casting out, though, is once you retrieve, as you start to retrieve, you need to figure out when you get to the point that you're just hovering above bottom, and then you start jigging is how I do it. You're supposed to move as in the boat's supposed to be moving, being? The boat is always moving because there's fucking fucking 5 meter per second wind minimum. It's 3.4 right now, but don't read that. Yeah, I don't fish those deep spots. Not yet. I have. Look at you with a fucking weirdo. I don't even think I've caught in one of those. Caught, done hooked. It's a vivacious eel pout. Morning, Mahorm. Fishing was going okay. Then I got bit off twice by what I assume were sharks. Now I'm mad. Think it's mermaids with little knives? Not you. Or do mermaids have much sharper teeth than I realize? Oh, there's a fucking fish on there. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat all of you. Go away, little fish. There's frequently an order for 3 kilos, so I don't want to cut any of those. The orders have been decent out here too, which is nice. How close did I get to 40? Not anywhere. Yeah, I got that one last night. There's a bunch of just one fish as well. One fish wonders for like pollock and sykes, and it's been good. There's a little Atlantic mackerel one too for like 5 over 400. I should try some small baits just to see if I can. I want to catch a damn sardine. Just one sardine. Should just pour that fish soup in the ocean and chum. It's a fish's favorite diet. They're always just living in a big bowl of fish soup. Rocking the foam fish. Does okay. I felt like I just caught a... I think the ocean is a soup. It's got like all the ingredients you need. I think the bonefish had less consistency in the like quality over some other lures I've thrown. More stew than soup? Stews can't be served cold. A soup can be cold. Therefore, I'm right and you're wrong. It's Cusky today. What? Shame. How dare you lose a fish? Oh, nice haddock. Giving a strong finish to our boat ticket that needs to expire so I can go pick up my daughter before I'm late. She'll understand if I tell her I'm fishing. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Surprised I'm not catching more spiny little sharks. Give me those. They're good money. Oh, you found that dude's missing char. Good job. Anglerfish are perfect looking. I'd marry an anglerfish. The flatfish are the ugly ones. They look like somebody spent the day on the beach and forgot to flip over. Excuse me, fish. You were biting very good. We were finishing strong, remember? I think it's described as a spawn location, Lud. I think is the way it was described. A place that the fish can spawn. But it's also directly under the ass of the boat, so. I've noticed even like off the side of the boat is very different depth frequently than what my fish finder says I'm sitting in. I think that'll be my last fishy. Oh, and it's a doo-doo head. All right, one more. Why aren't you staying open? I'm confused. You're even wearing a hat, I've noticed. You spin your head, or a hood at least. It's not a tracksuit, it's a fucking rain gear. I would never wear a tracksuit. It is nice to look down and see something other than your flannel sleeves, though. Same boots. We didn't change our shoes. Well, I streamed too late the other night, and then I fucking only got like 4 hours of sleep, so then I fell asleep last night. Can't blame me. That's why they're so bulbous at the toe. It's because our foot's just mushed in there. Alright, boat, please expire. I'm begging you. I'm going to be late. I don't even have pants on. Oh, it's going so slow. I should have drove home an hour ago, but it's so far to drive back to the dock. There it goes. It's going to start counting down now. One more fish. Oh, you bought the unlimited travel here? Some of us are poor. But you can keep rubbing your money in my face. Why are they magnets, though? That's what I want to know. That seems like a bad idea. Why would you want to be fishing with magnetic hooks? Oh, don't be too big. I don't have a lot of time here. No, 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 no. Oh, you get the fuck up here. You're coming in, buddy. Oh, I'm not making this one. No way. He's decided to just become the Rock. Nope. Damn it. Missing it by that much, too. That sucks. Goodbye, fish. Ooh, 2.5 kilo cusks. Mine are big, though. Still worth it. I thought those cusks would be worth more. They're just not that nice. I thought they were a better fish than they are. Four 3-kilo saiths. Five 600-gram redfish. I haven't caught an Icelandic scallop. It's so pretty. Led, thank you for the $50. Spelllord, you gave me $30. What the fuck? Thank you both. I'm gonna be able to buy my daughter something for Easter. That's kind of you. I won't spend it all on chocolate bunnies, I promise. Unless you want me to, then fuck it. I know, that was weird. Fellord gave me money. That was a rare one. I already made him waste so much money on this damn game. $750. So what's worth here? What's worth money here? 15-kilo cod. Okay. Mackerels are meh. Oh, that redfish is worth a lot. Wow, that fucking scaling. 1 kilo is $4. 4 kilos is 37. Yeah, cusks kind of suck. A bag of the Swedish fish. My grandpa loves Swedish fish. Sather the chum salmon of the sea. Oh, wow. That one spotted wolffish carried me, huh? He's a bad boy. 150 silver. I lost some jig heads. Wait, where the fuck is it? Maybe it's not a lens? Is it a Heaven's Creek shad? Ah, it was. You're so small, but you've done so decent out there. It's weird. What the fuck, Finchley? For chocolate bunnies. That's a lot of chocolate bunnies. I don't know that her mother would approve. Actually, her mother and I are arguing over the opposite right now. Are there any glow-in-the-dark rubbers here? Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. I appreciate that. I was just leaving to go get her. Now I feel guilty. A big lens twister, maybe. I don't know what I'm doing out here. I don't care about the FPS in town, but thank you. Someone in chat might. Did I unlock anything else? I don't think so. All right. I must depart, chats, and acquire a child. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't deserve you. I'll see you tonight. Tight lines, all that shit.